This interstellar object was never supposed to be seen by human eyes. But our technology got better, and now we can study it. So is this piece of space rock the brightest one that's ever visited our solar system? You're about to find out, and you'll discover what secrets it holds. So watch this video until the end to learn more. Scientists are shocked because this interstellar visitor could be the brightest one ever. This interstellar object, named 3I-ATLAs, has recently been discovered, and its brightness is surprising astronomers. The comet has an official name, but it's also known as the Comet of Love because it was discovered by the Italian-Canadian astronomer Carlo Feti. On Valentine's Day in 2022, it was first sighted at the International Scientific Instruments' Asteroid and Comet Observatory in Sicily, Italy. The comet has an estimated diameter of around 500 meters, which is about 1,600 feet. That size makes it almost twice as wide as the Great Pyramid of Giza. That's huge. However, the comet won't get as close as some other interstellar visitors like Comet Hyakutake or Comet Neowis. As it comes closer, though it will appear larger in the sky. In January 2024, 3I-ATLAs will reach its peak brightness. The current trend continues. It'll shine 30 times brighter than the full moon. How does it compare to previous interstellar objects? To answer that question, let's look at what made 3I-ATLAs so special in the first place. Interstellar objects, or ISOs, are asteroids or comets that originate outside our solar system and then travel through it. They come from another star system and pass through our own before moving back into space. When they enter the solar system, they usually leave their point of origin in a straight line. Sometimes they come so close to the Sun that their orbits change and they're no longer interstellar. There have only been 2 confirmed interstellar objects found within our solar system, both of them asteroids. The first one was Oumuamua, which passed through in 2017. It had an unusual shape, leading to speculation that it might actually be a piece of alien technology. While most scientists believe it's just a big hunk of rock, that possibility is still exciting to think about. The second one was Comet Borisov, which arrived in 2019. It didn't have any bizarre shapes or unexpected behaviors, but that wasn't all that interesting. That is, until Comet 3I-ATLAs came along. Unlike other interstellar objects, it glows with a green hue. That's not all. It's also much brighter than its predecessors. All these differences make scientists wonder if there's something different about this comet than other interstellar objects. What is it? What makes it different? Scientists don't know exactly why 3I-ATLAs is glowing green. However, they do have some ideas. One idea is that it contains a lot of carbon or hydrogen, both elements that often glow green when exposed to sunlight. Another idea is that the green color comes from the dust on the surface of the comet. Comets are made up of ice, dust, and rock. As the comet approaches the Sun, the heat melts some of the ice and dust, which forms a thin layer around the rock. This layer reflects sunlight, giving the comet its beautiful green glow. But there's still something else about 3I-ATLAS that's really intriguing. It's the first interstellar object to ever be observed crossing the orbit of Jupiter. That means it's the first one to be seen in the inner solar system. It'll cross the orbit of Saturn in mid-2023, Neptune in early 2024, and Pluto in mid-2024. By the time it reaches the Sun, it'll be so bright that it'll be visible even during the day. And if you live in the northern hemisphere, you'll see the comet in the morning sky. But how did it take us so long to find such a bright object? Well, for starters, the comet was coming from the direction of the constellation of Auriga. That's not an easy place to look because the stars there are so bright. Even the faintest comets are hard to see against that background. Secondly, the comet was traveling really fast, zooming past Earth at over 120,000 kilometers per hour. At that speed, it only takes a few days to cross the sky. That's way faster than most comets, which travel much slower and stay in the sky for weeks or months. Finally, the comet was coming from a very specific angle. If it had come in at a slightly different angle, it would have been much easier to spot. But because it came in so low, it was harder to detect. As a result, astronomers missed several opportunities to observe the comet before it became visible. For example, one astronomer saw it in a photo taken on February 28, 2022, without realizing it was a new comet. It took several weeks to confirm that it was an interstellar object. And by that time, the comet had already passed its closest point to Earth. So what do we know about the object itself? The comet was first sighted in the constellation Auriga, which is home to the bright stars Capella and Procyon. It's about 23 light-years away from Earth. The best way to see it right now is from the northern hemisphere, and best viewed from the morning skies. According to the Center for Near-Earth Object Studies, it'll become visible in the southern hemisphere in December 2023. But those in the northern hemisphere shouldn't worry because they'll get a chance to see it too. That's in February and March 2024, when the comet will pass between Pleiades and Aldebaran. It won't get as close as some other interstellar visitors like Comet Hyakutake or Comet Neowis. As it comes closer, though, it will appear larger in the sky. In January 2024, 3I ATLAS will reach its peak brightness, and it'll shine 30 times brighter than the full moon. Right now, it's difficult to predict exactly where the comet will pass, because its orbit is still unknown. There are many unknowns about the comet, and scientists hope to learn more in the coming months. 31 ATLAS is made mostly of ice and dust. As it gets closer to the sun, the heat will melt some of the ice and dust, which will form a thin layer around the rock. This layer will reflect sunlight and give the comet its beautiful green glow. Comets are fascinating objects that can tell us a lot about the early solar system. They formed in the same cloud of gas and dust that eventually became our planets, and they've preserved for billions of years. Studying comets can help us understand how our solar system formed and evolved. In addition, comets may have played a role in the origin of life on Earth. They contain organic molecules such as amino acids and nucleobases, which are the building blocks of life. It's possible that comets delivered these molecules to Earth in the early days of the solar system. So what should you do if you want to see it for yourself? First, find a spot away from city lights. Light pollution makes it hard to see faint objects in the sky. Then use a telescope or binoculars if you have them. And finally, be patient. It may take some time to spot the comet, but it'll be worth it. The discovery of 3I Atlas has given scientists a unique opportunity to study an interstellar object up close. By observing the comet, scientists hope to learn more about the formation of our solar system and the possibility of life on other planets. It's a reminder of the boundless curiosity and spirit of exploration that drives humanity forward. Who knows what other wonders await us in the vast expanse of space? If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. You want to learn more about space? Subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.